I thought it was just passing around.
But right now, you're the leading officer.
You got a good, you need, hang on.
Will you do that first thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Elder?
Mr. Mayor.
Has everybody got a copy of my house? Okay, yeah, they do. All right.
So we need a chairman, we need somebody to be an elected chairman or to chair this meeting.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah. Oh, hey, Amanda. Everybody love it? All right, if you're ready.
Hey, Tommy, everybody needs to make sure they push their buttons when they talk, so we go on the record. And anybody in the audience that needs to talk needs to come to the podium and push the button so we get everything on the record.
And what I put something.
Yeah. Okay. You ready to go? Call this thing to order.
Okay, let's call to order. We're a little bit late here. It's the, this is the Livingston Board of Zoning Appeals. And let's call to order. Let's approve the minutes for October 26th meeting. Hear a motion to approve the minutes? David Lankford, second.
Second.
Mr. Elder, second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, like sign? Okay, minutes approved. Is this one we need to elect a chairman?
Yeah, if you don't mind, yeah, we've got it down there as number 12, but we can go ahead and take care of it
Okay,
now.
yeah, we need a chairman for this meeting.
We need a chairman for the year.
Forever. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe not forever, but. Yeah, so, okay.
So, you know, what we need to do? So what we need to do right now is if you want Mr. Vice Chairman, you can open up the floor for nominations for the office of chairman.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll open the floor for nomination for chairman.
Nominate Charles Mayer as chairman.
Well, Charles, I'm not gonna tell you your business,
Curtis, is this going to be my last meeting? Curtis is supposed to be finding somebody to take my place.
Charles, I want you to be here forever, but Charles has showed interest in resigning from the Board of Zoning Appeals. He is currently vice chair. We have not got his replacement at this time. The Board of Aldermen will have to fill that position. I'll make some recommendations at a later time. So I think what Charles is wanting to say is that he probably don't think he'd be at this time, make a good chairman. So among your folks that you have here is probably who you'll need to pick from. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I just think it'd be a good idea because we're going to have to do it again if you don't do it like right now, I guess.
I make the motion to nominate Mr. Elder.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Mr. Elder, congratulations.
Just a second.
That's precious.
All right, Daniel, you may open up the floor for the nominees for the office of vice chairman.
Do we have any nominations for the office of vice chairman?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
And now we need a secretary.
Because I was the secretary.
You were the secretary, yes.
Now we need a motion to nominate a secretary.
Daniel, if you want to, as of right now, until we appoint someone else,
Okay.
we can just let Charles do the secretarial duties right now.
Okay.
And then we'll vote on it and approve someone else.
Okay, because we're missing one too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Curly.
Yeah.
Okay, I withdraw that motion then.
No, let's elect Charles
Well,
secretary.
all right, we'll look.
Or let's accept motions.
Motions accepted for Charles for this week.
Then
Yeah,
motion,
yeah.
make a motion to accept Charles to fill in the secretary this week.
Have a second?
I second it.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Okay, we're going to close the meeting for public hearing to consider the following requests. Request for a 3,636 square foot lot size variance and a 3-foot side setback variance for property located at 202 Keaton Street, a call quit request.
And, Mr. Chairman, what we'll do now is we'll take public comment from anyone not involved with the request. Ms. Calcutt, you'll get your chance to speak when we're under consideration. So if you would, Mr. Chairman, just ask if there's any public comment regarding this issue.
Do we have any public comment?
All right, Mr. Chairman, being none, if you would close the public hearing and reopen the BZA meeting.
We are now close the public hearing and reopen the BZA meeting.
And number 5.
Consideration of a request for a 3,636 square foot lot size variance and a 3-foot side setback variance for property located at 202 Keaton Street.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Calcutt is here tonight, and what she is looking to do is she has a half-acre tract. Basically, it's 0.38 acre tract. So just a little bit under. It's about a 16,500 square foot tract. Each tract, or there are 2 houses on the parcel, and what she's wanting to do is to create 2 lots, so each house will be on a separate parcel. She could have put it a little more even and done about 8,000 and 8,000, but what I requested, or what I suggested for Ms. Calcutt to do, is to have 1 lot that is fully compliant with our subdivision regulations and our zoning ordinance, and then ask for the 2 variances, which is a 3-foot side setback variance and a 3,636 square foot lot size variance. So, and Ms. Calcutt, if I'm stating this wrong, please let me know.
Yeah.
The purpose is so each house can have its own parcel.
Yes.
Okay. So, Ms. Calcutt, if you would step up to the podium in case the members have questions for you. This subdivision plat came before the Planning Commission, and it was approved pending BZA approval. But that certainly doesn't mean pressure on the BZA to approve. That's just typically how we operate with that. We allow the BZA to determine the variances for lot size and side setback variances. So, I guess I'd just say, are there any questions for Ms. Calcutt? She's here.
And do we have any questions from the board?
You're not planning on doing any building or anything, just separating the lots?
Just
so the lot can
separating
go
it.
to each house?
I don't know if this is on there. And just separating it, no, it already has 2 houses on each piece.
Is that all for questions? Okay.
All right, now if there's no other discussion, we just need a motion one way or the other to approve it tonight.
Motion to approve the setback variance and the lot size request.
I make the motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nays? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Number 6, Mr. Chairman.
Now we are going to close the meeting for public hearing to consider the following request. A special exemption request for multifamily use in a C1 located commercial or district for property located at 4170 Bradford Hicks Drive. This will be the Turnbull request.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is a special exception request from John Turnbull and Steve Moody, who own property at 4170 Bradford Hicks Drive, and it is, you've been given a map there. I'm looking for mine. It's this one here, the one that is basically all red. And we did send out, well, I'll just tell you why they're here first. So with commercial property, they have interest from a development group to establish multifamily use.
It's close.
They have interest from a development group to establish multifamily use at this vacant piece of property. And for those who the 4170 Bradford Hicks Drive, if that address is not ringing a bell, it's directly behind the substation that's located on Highway 52, and it's right beside Seventh-day Adventist Church, and basically on the corner of Oak and Bradford Hicks. So the reason that they're here is because in order to establish multifamily in a C1 zone, they need a special exception from the Board of Zoning Appeals. So that said, if you would, Mr. Chairman, we did mail out letters to adjoining property owners, so they were notified. And so if you would, Mr. Chairman, see if there's anyone here that has a public comment regarding this request.
Yeah, hey, Tommy, also, I think Christian Manson's on the phone.
Okay. Christian, is that you?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry I'm late.
Okay. So
If you need anything from me, I'm here.
we'll come to you, Christian, in the consideration part. Right now, we're in the public hearing part.
Do we have any,
Got you.
do we have any public comment?
And I'm sure there might be questions for Mr. Turnbull and Mr. Moody during the consideration portion. I believe the mayor might.
Yeah, I just want to say, I'm glad that we've got somebody that is looking to invest millions of dollars in Livingston, Tennessee. I think that we're fortunate that we've got these good folks that's willing to give up their land. They've worked hard on this, and I think it's going to be able to have affordable housing in Livingston, Tennessee. And I just some of the requests that we have here is just not enough housing as far as apartments and as far as affordable housing. And I think that this will fill a void that we have been looking for quite some time. As you know, that we also are a AARP community, and being a part of that, we are always looking for housing. And these developments, I think, will be a win-win for Livingston, Tennessee. And I'll answer any questions that you might have as far as I can. I've got the folks here, the realtors and the developers.
Now, they want,
Come on up, Judge.
as I understand it, now I haven't talked to them directly. I've talked to, Ms. Nolan has been conducting negotiations, but I think they wanted it changed to R2. Would that be appropriate for apartments, Tommy?
That would be a permitted, that would be a permitted use in an R2, but that would be something for the planning commission. That's not within our jurisdiction. We grant special exceptions. This route is the easiest route.
Your route.
The rezoning, because there's no other R2 around there, and that could potentially be considered spot zoning.
Yeah.
This is the easiest route. And so if she wants to go the route of R2, she can, or you can, or whoever owns the property. That's certainly allowed. It's just the more difficult road.
But this will be able to do everything that the developer and the property owner is wanting to do by zoning it the way that they're on the BZA agenda for. Is that correct?
Without seeing a site plan, yes.
Okay.
Of course, I can't say for sure without seeing their site plan, but if it's multifamily use, special exception clears it today.
And if the BZA passes that, then I can certainly give him a letter saying that they can
Yes.
build apartments the way it is currently zoned because of the BZA as approved.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Now, they'll have to comply with our zoning ordinance
Right.
with the site plan requirements for multifamily use, but as long as they do that, yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, let's see if there are any more public comments.
Do we have any more public comments? Okay, we're going to close the public hearing and we're going to reopen the BZA meeting. Do we have any questions from the board?
Mr. Chairman, like I said, the property owners are here, the realtors are here. If we do have any questions, I'm sure they'd be happy to answer. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically it.
Okay.
So, I mean, just for the record, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows this, but they are wanting to build new apartments in Livingston. And that is the purpose of this BZA meeting, is to get something rezoned to the way they need it. And in several instances, these real estate folks are here because the deal wouldn't go through if it wasn't zoned in a multifamily purpose type zoning, okay? So that's why we're here. We'll have Mr. Ashburn here representing Prime Realty and his client, and we have Miss Nancy Nolan here representing her clients here as well, and along with the property owners. So, again, I have no interest in this other than I think it'd be a good move for Livingston.
Make a motion to grant variance.
I second it.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes.
Special exception. Mr. Light.
Special exception.
Yep, same thing, Mr. Chairman, number 9.
Now we're close the meeting for public hearing to consider the following request: a special exception to request multifamily use in C1 district of property located at 110 Airport Road. Savage request.
Mr. Chairman, we have had this submitted. This is Larry Savage and Kenneth Winningham, and it has 110 Airport Road on here. It is actually going to be parcels, I believe, that are right next to 110 Airport Road, because these don't have an address. That 110 was just for, just so you could be familiar with where it's at. It's basically on the corner of Airport Road.
Show you the property.
And
Larry
Mr.
Savage. We've got a map up here.
Okay.
We got a map.
Well, it's got some stuff I thought you might want to see.
Okay.
From my developer, a few pictures from my developer,
Yeah.
where she's built multiple apartments.
Okay, so, Mr. Ashburn, is it simply the one parcel or two parcels? Because when
Both parcels.
we were told two.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
both parcels. I've got them outlined. If you look in that, it's 053 and 050.01. It's about 6 acres. It's about 6 acres altogether. It is both parcels. It's 053 and it's 050.01 and 053.00. The two parcels together equal somewhere around 6 acres.
Yeah, this is the exact same scenario as the one we just did. C1 zone, vacant piece of property, commercial around it. There is some R1 on the other side of the road, but not on the side of the road of the Savage Winningham property. So, and this again is a special exception to allow multifamily use on these two parcels.
Are we talking about Savage and Winningham? Are we also talking about Larry, or just Savage and Winningham?
It's Savage Winningham. It's two different properties, and I think they actually are owned by both of them. Both properties are.
Okay.
According to the tax assessors, according to Tennessee property data, both are owned by Savage and Winningham.
Okay.
Also, letters were sent out to adjoining property owners for this special exception request. So, we can see, Mr. Chairman, if, when we get done with the questions of Mr. Ashburn, we can see if there are any property owners that would like to speak on this issue. Well, I mean, just, if there are any other questions from the board for Mr. Ashburn?
So everyone close the public forum, reopen the BZA meeting?
Yeah, let's make sure that there are no other
No,
public
okay.
comments.
Do we have any other public comments on this?
I think we're fortunate, Mr. Chairman, to have some folks again that are willing to sell their property and add to the census count here in Livingston, Tennessee, and make a great investment. And I'm just tickled that they chose Livingston, Tennessee to have future apartments to make homes for in Livingston. So I just want to thank the property owners. Thank you, and the realtors that have made this happen, and I think it's a win-win for Livingston.
If that's all the public comments, we'll close the public meeting and we'll reopen the BZA. Do I have a motion to grant a special exception on this property?
I make a motion.
All in favor? Any nays? Motion passes.
We can go to number 13, Mr. Chairman.
With that being said, we're all done. We have a motion to adjourn. Well, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion
Go
adjourned.
home. Hey, Christian, thanks.
You're welcome.